Hey guys, it's your boy Mark Sanders back with yet another WWE pay-per-view review or premium live event. Anyway, WWE Extreme Rules 2022 just got off the air October 8th, 2022, and I'm here to give you guys my review for it. And I was excited for the show. I love the idea that like every single match actually does have a stipulation. That was so cool. And for that, I was pretty excited for the show. You know, I don't have the WWE Network, so I did have to stream this. But you know what? I do it because I like reviewing stuff, you know. And Extreme Rules 2022, it was alright. I mean, if you look at my star ratings, there's not one bad match at all on here. But if I'm being honest, I thought every single match on here could have been like more than 4 stars. Like every single one, if I'm being honest. And I didn't feel that way, honestly. I didn't feel that way. There was good stuff. There's stuff on here that others probably rate much higher. I don't care. I guess I'm not in the best mood today. I wasn't a fan of how the show ended. And also today, there was a garage sale on. And I don't very often get to go to garage sales. And I didn't get to go to this one. Alright. It was posted online that in my town there was a garage sale, but my aunt had somewhere she had to be, so she couldn't take me, and my mom was dead asleep. And yeah, very frustrating. And yeah, I'll give the show this. Well, not the show itself, but I found such a great stream tonight for the show. I mean, I had to keep resetting it because it kept getting blocked. But far out, the stream that I saw for the show today, there was like no pauses or anything like that. Just beautiful. Of course, I still had to restart it every like 15 minutes or so. But wow. But I can give you guys my review for the show. And it's just my opinion, My answer's not correct. I'm not saying what I'm saying in this review to sound cool or anything. This is genuinely how I feel. I am not ever gonna do anything just to be cool. If I do something or say anything, I genuinely feel that way. Alright? Because I ain't no freaking virtue signal. Alright? You know what I mean? Anyway, we open up Extreme Rules 2022, and I actually can review every single match this time. Because I did actually get to watch every single match. I wasn't fast asleep, or anything like that during like half of the show like I am sometimes. Like I was with like WrestleMania Backlash and all that. Anyway, opening up with 6-man tag team good old fashioned Donnybrook match. The Brawling Brutes consisting of Sheamus, Holland, and Butch versus Imperium consisting of WWE Intercontinental Champion Gunther, Ludwig, Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci. This was a pretty fine match, others probably liked this match a lot more than me. I don't know what it was. They didn't quite use weapons as much as I thought they would. I thought this was just going to be like absolute carnage. Of course, like at the end with all the shillelaghs, they use weapons and, still, a cool match. But that's about it for me. You didn't really know who's going to win. Is Gunther going to be the one that gets pinned? Is Sheamus going to, do stuff? There was a cool spot, though, with Sheamus near the end when he put Gunther through the announce table. That was cool. And, I like the part when, when the Brawling Brutes all, just teamed up on Gunther. And I like that, we got some interaction between Gunther and Butch in this match. When they were Walter and Pete Dunne, Pete Dunne was who Walter beat for the UK Championship, and here they are on a pay-per-view in a tag match against each other. I'm sure I'm not the only one who was thinking about that during this match, but anyways, it was an alright match. Sheamus actually got the win, pinning one of the Imperium members. Not Gunther, but yeah, pretty good. But, other people are I reckon, will rate this match a lot higher than me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wasn't in the best mood or anything. But next up, we have the Extreme Rules match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Liv Morgan defending against Ronda Rousey. This was fine. It was cool. Liv Morgan when she put Rousey through the table at the end. I reckon that's when it should have been the 3 count. You know, at the end when Liv Morgan put Ronda through that table. But Ronda just wouldn't let go of the hold. And eventually Liv Morgan passed out. And Ronda Rousey is your 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion. Lame-o. I do not want that. I was so over these Ronda Liv matches. And now, I don't know. Liv Morgan, she was smiling afterwards probably because she never tapped out. For that reason, maybe we're going to get the Billionth rematch between these two. You know, I don't want to sound like those freaking fans that freaking like, oh my gosh, this is the Billion match, but I do feel that way sometimes, admittedly. But I don't want to say that like every 2 seconds, you know, for every, you know what I mean? But, like, I'll say that about freaking Ciampa versus Gargano, and all the freaking neckbeards don't care if they fight 10 trillion times. Far out. You know, but, yeah. Ronda Rousey wins 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, 3-time Women's Champion overall. Good for her, but for me, I just don't like that result, personally. Next up, we have the strap match, Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. I enjoyed how this match started, actually. I was not expecting that. Of course, you had Karrion Kross playing, like, mind games with Drew, you know, before the match actually started, I mean. Like, he refused to put the strap on. That sounded... I wasn't trying to make, like, a sex joke or anything. The strap on. But, like, Drew put it on. Then the referee gave the other bit of the strap to Kross. And then Kross just tossed it aside. And then he decided to just beat the crap out of McIntyre before the match. Because, like, why not? Well, if you think about it, you know, like, can't get DQ'd. The match hasn't started yet. And it's a new DQ match anyway. Although I think only the strap can be used as, like, a weapon. But, yeah. Oh, wait, no. That wouldn't be the case because of how this match ended. Which I'll get to in a bit. They did some really good brawling, actually. Like, I loved it when, like, they fought in the crowd for a bit. And then Karrion Kross was trying to do, like, a suplex to Drew on the steps. But Drew countered it to a suplex of his own. Then the match started eventually. And it was good stuff. The ending came when Scarlett pepper sprayed Drew. Then Kross did his finisher, I guess. 1, 2, 3. So Kross actually pins Drew McIntyre and wins this match. I was not expecting that. Yeah. So that was a surprise. Are we going to get more matches between these guys? I mean, you know, sorry, my nose is hurting right now. I don't know why. Yeah. Anyway, so that match was that. There's something I was trying to say, but I forgot what it was. But next up, we have the ladder match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defending against Bayley. I don't know what I wanted from this match. I saw, like, a tweet or a post on Facebook that's really, like, soured me slightly on Bianca Belair. And it's saying, like, this is by far Bianca Belair's best reign. Like, and I'm like, bitch, shut up. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm taking that way too personally because, like, I was actually, like, in the Thunderdome for Hell in a Cell 2021 during her SmackDown Women's Championship reign, so I'm connected and I love that one more. And, of course, that match where she fought and defeated Becky Lynch was amazing. That match was amazing, no doubt, but like, that's, like, the only, like, along with this now, of course, like, the only, like, defense I can think of from her that wasn't even a defense, that was when she won it, but you know what I mean. And, like, yeah, this match was cool, it had some cool spots in, but, like, that stupid tweet, like, that probably just got in my mind too much. I didn't know what I wanted, alright? I was a big fan of Bianca Belair during her SmackDown Women's Championship reign, and, like, after seeing that stupid tweet, or post, whatever it was, now I'm like, I don't know what I want for this match. I don't think I necessarily wanted Bayley to win, but, Bianca Belair, you know. Plus, it kind of hurts seeing Dakota Kai get, you know, have that finisher done to her, you know, the KOD. I mean, it was both her and what's her name? Io Sky at the same time. Well, that was cool in itself. That was a cool spot in itself. And the crowd, of course, they popped harder for this version of the KOD onto a ladder when Bianca did it to Bayley at the end. And I thought Bayley, I saw a tweet as well. Not a tweet. Well, it's a screenshot of a tweet, but I saw it on Facebook. Saying, like, I legit thought that Bayley took out a boomerang. And I thought that too. Like, she was using her knee. I didn't even notice she was, like, tending to her knee during this match, if I'm being honest. But, they're like, yeah, the knee and then, but yeah. I thought it was a piece of a knee brace. That's what it was. But when Bianca did like the KOD to Bayley on that ladder, on that piece of the ladder, total ripoff of the Hell in a Cell 2021. And I don't know. Of course, it's being that it's like virtual crowds and all that, probably wasn't as big of a. Naturally, wouldn't have been as big of a pop for that, as for some reason it really got here. I'm taking all this way too personal, aren't I? Like the whole, this is by far her best reign, and as well as the crowd popping, as well as my Dakota Kai, my Queen Dakota Kai, taking the KOD. Yeah, but no doubt, lots of people will rate this match way higher than me. It's probably because of all that stuff, all that baggage in my mind during this match. But yes, next up we have my personal match of the night. I Quit match. Edge versus Finn Balor. Oh my god, can you imagine saying this in 2016? That we would one day see Edge versus Finn Balor, let alone in an I Quit match. And honestly, this match was like everything you could have ever wanted from a match between these two. They fought everywhere. There were so many freaking finishes. And I love that. I love finisher fest, alright? This in itself was a bit of a finisher fest, especially near the end. And they fought everywhere. Like, for the second year in a row, Finn Balor fought at the kickoff panel table area. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, there was this awesome-ass, like, flapjack that Edge did to Finn Balor at the entrance. Not the entrance, but, like, at one of the doorway areas in the crowd. And, like, Finn's head just, like, bounced up. Yeah, if you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about, but far out, that spot was awesome. Holy crap. Oh, I love that spot. And then at the end, when they... Oh, and I think Finn took a fan's drink of beer. That was pretty funny. But they got back in the ring. Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley handcuffs Edge. And Michael Cole's like, just quit Edge. And then... And then... I was thinking, man, I wouldn't quit if I was in that position. I wouldn't quit. But like, I mean, like, cause I would just be, honestly, if I was in that position, Edge being handcuffed, I know wrestling is scripted and all that, but you know what I mean? But like, if I was in that position, I would like just smile taking all the hits from them. Cause like, knowing that cause I wouldn't give them the satisfaction of saying, I quit, you know what I mean? But that was cool, and eventually Rey Mysterio came back to help out, because the Judgment Day came out and was attacking everyone. And then Dominique, because he knew Rey wasn't going to hurt his son, regardless of who he's affiliated with. I would love to see Rey versus Dom at WrestleMania 39, that would be cool. And then Beth Phoenix came in. And then she grabbed the key off Rhea Ripley to uncuff Edge. So that was awesome. Edge did like 3 spears to Finn Balor. And then Judgment Day just came back. Finn did 3 freaking coup de grace to Edge. And then the Judgment Day just ganged up and they just held Edge. And then Beth was there. They knocked out Beth. And then Rhea threatened to concerto Beth. And then they did the same thing with the Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso match. How they have the opponent like about to hurt a family member, and that forces someone to say, "I quit." They did that. I believe that was the last time before tonight we saw another I Quit match in WWE. 2 in a row, the same, I mean, it works, but still, just pointing that out. And that's how Edge quit. Edge quit, and then Rhea did the concerto to Beth anyway, because of course they did. Oh my gosh. Still a freaking awesome match. My match tonight, personally, amazing match. I love it. My current rating for this match is 4.5 stars. I loved it. And then we go into the main event. This is such a cool way to end the show. Not the end of the show, but in terms of matches, this is such a cool way to end the show. Fight Pit with Daniel Cormier as the special guest referee. Matt Riddle versus Seth frickin' Rollins. Daniel Cormier, MMA guy? I've heard of him, but only because of that Brock Lesnar UFC promo when he was like, DC, I'm coming for you, motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's all I know Daniel Cormier from. I'm sure he's a legend. Much respect to him. It's cool to see him, and I liked his interactions with Matt Riddle and Seth in this match, even though it was like Rollins and Riddle forgot that he wasn't just any referee, That was just cool to see him. And he was like, hey, you're fighting him, not me. That was cool. Seth Rollins did he climbed the fight pit, did like a frog splash on top of that to Riddle. That was dope. They fought on the top cage thing, and I gotta say, I can't help but imagine myself like chilling on that top cage thing in the fight pit. That was cool. They fought on there for a bit. Seth did this pretty scary turnbuckle powerbomb, but on the top cage of this thing. That was cool. Imagine if the freaking cage bit broke, and then freaking Riddle just fell through and died probably. You know what I mean? Oh boy. And Rollins did the pedigree, and he was like to Daniel Cormier, count him, and then he was like, no, he has to be in the ring, And then Riddle did the RKO. Oh, there was a sweet ass, before this RKO, earlier in the match, he did like an awesome ass counter RKO to Rollins. That was awesome. It wasn't like an RKO out of nowhere, like pop-up thing, but it was like he dodged something from Seth, then he did the RKO. That was so cool. And then Matt Riddle did do the RKO to Rollins on the top cage bit, and Rollins, he was falling off, but he kind of grabbed the cage just in time so he didn't fall horribly. Riddle from the top cage did a diving senton onto Seth. That was brutal and so cool. And then he put a submission onto Seth, and Seth picked him up, turnbuckle powerbombed him into every corner of the steel cage basically, but Riddle wouldn't let go no matter what. And then Seth decided to just tap. Matt Riddle wins. Awesome main event. For me, second best match of the night. Overall, this was an alright show. The last 2 matches were pretty awesome. I'll get to the very end of the show in a bit, but I'm pretty sure all the marks are going to say, oh my god, it's a 10 out of 10 out of 10. And it's not all that. Honestly, I thought a lot of these matches could have been a lot better. Or at least the first 3 matches. Absolutely, I thought could have been much, much better. But, it is what it is. That's the show. I thought Elimination Chamber 2015 was going to be the best show ever. But, anyway. And now, at the very end of the show, I hadn't been following this White Rabbit thing. But, all the signs seem to point to the return of a certain wrestler who I don't necessarily dislike, but I'm so annoyed by the ridiculous, insane fandom for this wrestler. And unfortunately, my fears did come true. I did tell my mate, if he returns tonight, it is what it is. Me and him kind of have this running joke haha, this wrestler's biggest hater, Mark Sanders. And those are pretty funny, when we joke about that. But, the White Rabbit thing was revealed to be who I think we all expected it to be. I was expecting it to be him. I was hoping, and I would have much rather it was Aleister Black, because that man is so freaking amazingly talented and so underused, even in AEW, as Malachi Black, for crying out loud. But the White Rabbit turned out to be Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is back. I'm not happy. And I don't... He's had some great matches, like his matches with John Cena are amazing. His match with Daniel Bryan at Royal Rumble 2014 was phenomenal as well. But I don't get it. The insane fandom, like, people act like this return was Jesus coming back. Like, he's the freaking author of the Bible too. I don't get it. Alright? Like, so many freaking fans, like, just go crazy about Bray Wyatt. I don't get it. I was actually pretty happy when I heard he got released last year. I'm gonna just say it. I was really happy. Even my mom, she's not a fan of Bray Wyatt at all. Even she was happy when Bray Wyatt got released. I don't want him back. I'm not happy that he's back. Alright. I'm not. Alright. I never will be. Alright. I would have been happy if he went to AEW. I would have been happy if he went to freaking Impact. As long as he's not in WWE. But unfortunately, it was him. He was indeed the White Rabbit. Pretty obvious, but I don't like it. I'm not happy about it. And I just don't get the insane fandom some people have about him. You know? I don't care if I'm alone on this. I don't care. Alright? I'm gonna say how I feel. Alright? I was talking to my good mate, Ryan Pierce, about how, like, even he was asking me, like, man, how come you don't like Bray Wyatt that much? And then for him, like, Darby Allin is who Bray Wyatt is to me, to him, you know what I mean? Because even I kind of gave him an analogy, like, imagine if, like, Jeff Hardy was, like, because Jeff Hardy's his favorite wrestler of all time, but, like, imagine if, like, Jeff Hardy won the TNT Championship in AEW, and then 2 weeks later, Darby Allin defeated him for it, and online, everyone was just going nuts and insane, and then in that moment, you just hate wrestling, and it just sucks, and, you know what I mean? Basically, that's how I felt at Elimination Chamber 2017. Alright? And, because John Cena is my favorite wrestler of all time. Yep. By far. Not even close. And, like, I hated that. Alright? I hated that when he lost the freaking WWE Championship. Alright? He should have gone into WrestleMania 33 WWE Champion and defeating Undertaker. Alright? So yeah, and he gets how I felt when I gave him like that Darby Allin, Jeff Hardy, if he was the champion analogy and all that. And yeah, I like that he's back. I wish he'd stayed gone. I don't know. I don't know what you'll see in him. For real. I'm your boy Mark. Hope you enjoy my review, y'all. Peace out.